I'll just say one thing. Get ready for what's coming because Kentucky is far more surprising and far crazier than you could ever imagine. And by the final fact, you'll understand exactly what I mean. Number 35. The Commonwealth that's not really different. Kentucky is one of only 4 states in the entire United States that officially calls itself a Commonwealth instead of a state. The others are Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. This distinction is rooted in Kentucky's historical ties to Virginia, as Kentucky was originally a county of Virginia before achieving statehood in 1792. While the term Commonwealth carries no real legal difference from state under the U.S. Constitution, it reflects the early framers' belief in a government founded upon the common good of the people. It's a subtle but important linguistic nod that signals a unique political heritage, a small verbal echo of the early republic that sets Kentucky just slightly apart from the other 46 states. Number 34. The world's largest free-swinging bell. The World Peace Bell in Newport, Kentucky, sitting directly across the Ohio River from Cincinnati, is certified as the largest free-swinging bell in the world. This massive bronze structure stands over 12 feet tall and weighs a staggering 33,000 pounds. When it rings, the sound carries for miles across the river valley. The bell was cast in France and shipped to Kentucky in pieces, then assembled on site. It's housed in a pavilion specifically designed to accommodate its enormous weight and swing radius. Standing beneath it when it rings is a physical experience. You don't just hear it. You feel the vibrations through your entire body. Number 33. The state's soft drink nobody expects. When you think of a beverage from Kentucky, your mind jumps to a mint julep or bourbon, naturally. But the official soft drink of the Commonwealth is actually Ale 81. This unique ginger citrus flavored soda has been bottled in Winchester, Kentucky since 1926 and remains largely unknown outside the state. It's a regional treasure with a fiercely loyal following. The recipe is still a closely guarded family secret, and locals swear by its distinctive taste that's somehow both sweet and spicy. The fact that this specific, locally owned soda has been elevated to official state status over national brands speaks to Kentucky's deep-seated pride in local flavor and tradition. Number 32. The limestone that makes bourbon possible. Kentucky sits on a foundation of massive limestone deposits, and this geological reality plays a crucial role in the state's most famous export, bourbon. The limestone naturally filters the water flowing through it, removing iron, a flavor inhibitor, while adding calcium and magnesium, which are essential for yeast during fermentation. This means every drop of bourbon made in Kentucky starts with water that's been geologically perfected over millions of years. The same limestone is also used extensively in construction across the country. I've stood in bourbon distilleries where they proudly show you the spring water running over limestone, explaining that this rock is literally the secret ingredient. Without Kentucky's limestone bedrock, bourbon as we know it simply wouldn't exist. Number 31. The birthplace of KFC is a museum. The very first place Colonel Sanders served his world-famous fried chicken was at the Sanders Court and Cafe in Corbin, Kentucky. It wasn't a dedicated fast food restaurant initially. It was a combined service station and motel where Sanders refined his secret recipe and pressure frying technique. Today, the location still operates as a restaurant and museum, meticulously preserved to show its 1940s appearance. You can eat the original recipe chicken in the same building where Sanders first experimented with the blend of 11 herbs and spices that would eventually conquer the world. It's surreal to stand in what was essentially a gas station diner and realize this humble spot spawned a global empire. Number 30. 4 distinct worlds in one state. Kentucky is divided into 4 primary geological regions: the Cumberland Plateau, the Bluegrass region, the Pennyroyal Plateau, and the Jackson Purchase. This diverse geography explains the wildly different landscapes across the state. From the rugged coal mining mountains of the east to the fertile limestone-rich horse farms of the Bluegrass, from the cave-riddled plateaus of the south to the low-lying agricultural lands of the west, it's a stunning spectrum of American landscape contained within one state's borders. Each region has a unique character that's almost like a separate state unto itself. Drive across Kentucky and you'll cross ecosystems that feel thousands of miles apart, all within a few hours. Number 29. The secret to champion thoroughbreds. The famous Bluegrass region's soil is considered the best in the world for raising thoroughbred horses, and the science is fascinating. The local limestone bedrock is incredibly rich in calcium, which is absorbed by the bluegrass grown in the pastures. Mares and foals consume this calcium-rich grass, which contributes to exceptionally strong bone development in young horses. This geological advantage has been the foundation of Kentucky's dominance in horse racing for over 2 centuries. When you see those perfectly manicured horse farms with white fences stretching across rolling hills, you're looking at a multi-billion-dollar industry built directly on the chemistry of ancient rock beneath the soil. Number 28. A Kentuckian invented the modern traffic light. The world owes a debt to a Kentuckian for an invention that manages traffic flow on every major street and highway: the modern traffic signal. Garrett Morgan, an African-American inventor born in Paris, Kentucky, patented an early version of the traffic light in 1923. His revolutionary 3-position system, stop, go, and an intermediary caution signal, became the standard worldwide. Before Morgan's invention, intersections were chaotic and deadly. His simple but brilliant innovation has saved countless lives and fundamentally shaped how cities function. It's a Kentucky contribution to daily life that billions of people rely on without ever knowing its origin. Number 27. The hot brown sandwich was born here. Kentucky boasts a signature dish that's entirely its own and far more decadent than standard fare: the hot brown sandwich. This open-faced delight was invented at the Brown Hotel in Louisville in 1926 as a late-night snack for hungry dancers. It's built on Texas toast topped with roasted turkey, smothered in a rich Mornay sauce, then baked until bubbly, and crowned with crispy bacon and tomato slices. I've eaten hot browns across Kentucky, and when done right, it's an incredibly rich, satisfying meal that perfectly captures the state's commitment to hospitality and comfort food. It's Kentucky cuisine at its most indulgent. Number 26. Fort Knox holds America's gold. The United States Bullion Depository at Fort Knox near Louisville holds a significant portion of the country's official gold reserves. The exact amount changes, but we're talking about thousands of tons of gold bars stacked in a massive granite-lined, bomb-proof vault. The security measures are among the most stringent in the world: layers of guards, an electric fence, and a door weighing over 20 tons that's never opened by a single person, because multiple combinations are required. No one has been allowed inside the vault for a public audit since 1974. Standing outside the building, you're looking at one of the most secure and valuable locations on the planet. Number 25. The Kentucky Derby's insane mint julep consumption. On the first Saturday in May at Churchill Downs, the mint julep consumption is truly staggering. Over the 2-day Derby event, nearly 120,000 mint juleps are sold to patrons. This phenomenal consumption requires approximately 1,000 pounds of fresh mint, 60,000 pounds of ice, and 10,000 bottles of Old Forester mint julep ready-to-serve cocktail. It's one of the single largest cocktail serving events in the world, a liquid monument to Southern hospitality. The entire infield smells like bourbon and mint for days. It's tradition, excess, and Kentucky culture distilled into a single weekend. Number 24. Happy Birthday was written in Kentucky. The melody for the world's most recognizable song, Happy Birthday to You, was composed by 2 sisters from Louisville named Patty and Mildred Hill. They first wrote the tune in 1893, initially calling it Good Morning to All, intended as a simple song for children to sing at the start of the school day. The melody was later adapted to the Happy Birthday lyrics we all know. For decades, it was subject to one of the most complicated copyright battles in modern history. The simple, globally known tune sung at millions of celebrations every single day is a Kentucky-born creation that conquered the world. Number 23. The world's largest peanut butter factory. In an interesting twist, Lexington, Kentucky is home to the largest peanut butter production facility in the entire world. The Jif plant, operated by the J.M. Smucker Company, produces an astronomical amount of creamy and crunchy spread annually. This facility is so enormous that it's capable of producing more peanut butter than any other single location globally. Millions of jars roll off the production line here every week, heading to grocery stores across the country. It's an unexpected industrial powerhouse in a state better known for horses and bourbon. Before continuing, be sure to subscribe and leave a like to keep discovering strange and incredible facts about every U.S. state. Number 22. Governors must swear they've never dueled. A remarkable historical law still requires the governor of Kentucky to swear an oath upon taking office that they have never fought a duel with deadly weapons. This peculiar requirement is a direct leftover from the early 19th century when dueling was a common, if illegal, way for politicians to settle disputes of honor. Though the practice has long faded into history, the oath remains enshrined in the state constitution. It's a quirky but tangible reminder of a bygone era of political combat and a symbolic commitment to more civilized forms of debate. Standing in the state capitol, you can almost hear the echo of those violent times in this archaic formality. Number 21. America's first commercial vineyard. Long before California became synonymous with American wine, Kentucky was home to the first commercial vineyard and winery established in the United States. In 1799, a Swiss-born vintner named Jean-Jacques Dufour established First Vineyard near Lexington. Dufour experimented with various European grape species in American soil, pioneering techniques for an entire industry. While the Kentucky wine industry eventually collapsed due to disease and prohibition, the historical fact remains. The very first organized attempt to create a commercial American wine industry was launched in the rolling hills of the Bluegrass State. Number 20. The only city built in a meteor crater. Middlesboro, Kentucky holds the unique distinction of being the only major American city built entirely inside a massive meteor impact crater. The Middlesboro crater, formed approximately 300 million years ago, is about 3 miles in diameter, and the entire city lies within its geological confines. This incredible formation provides a stunning natural bowl for the city's location. Most residents go about their daily lives completely unaware they're living inside an ancient scar left by a cosmic impact. From above, the circular ridge surrounding the city is clearly visible, a 300-million-year-old reminder that Earth has been bombarded from space since long before humans existed. Number 19. Every Corvette is made in Kentucky. If you drive a Chevrolet Corvette anywhere in the world, it was built exclusively in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The Corvette assembly plant has been the sole manufacturer of the iconic American sports car since 1981, making Bowling Green the Corvette capital of the world. The facility produces hundreds of thousands of these high-performance vehicles over the decades, and there's a museum attached where you can see the entire history of the model. Every single Corvette, from classic Stingrays to modern Z06, has rolled off the same Kentucky assembly line. It's America's sports car, made in America's heartland. Number 18. Mammoth Cave is incomprehensibly huge. Mammoth Cave National Park is home to the longest known cave system in the world with over 420 miles of passageways mapped so far, and new explorations continue to expand that number. To put that in perspective, if you could unroll the passages and lay them out in a straight line, they would stretch across the entire state of Kentucky more than 4 times over. The second longest cave system in the world is less than half Mammoth's length. I've taken tours deep into the cave, and the scale is humbling. You walk for hours and barely scratch the surface of what's down there. It's a subterranean empire carved by water over millions of years. Number 17. Nearly half the state is forest. While the bluegrass is famous for its pastures, nearly half of Kentucky is covered in forests, and the state is a major national producer of high-quality hardwood timber. The diverse mix of oak, hickory, and maple is highly sought after for furniture, flooring, and cabinetry across the country. This robust timber industry operates quietly behind the scenes, far from the spotlight of horse farms and distilleries. The forests themselves are stunning, especially in fall when the hardwoods turn brilliant colors across the mountains. It's an economic driver and a natural treasure that most people don't associate with Kentucky. Number 16. The moonbow appears here. Cumberland Falls at Cumberland Falls State Resort Park is one of the very few places on the entire planet where a moonbow can be regularly observed. Often called the Niagara of the South, this waterfall creates a massive mist cloud, and on clear nights with a full moon, the light refracts off the mist to form a nocturnal rainbow. This spectacular sight, essentially a rainbow at night, is one of the most unique and beautiful natural occurrences in the Western Hemisphere. Only 1 or 2 other places on Earth can reliably produce moonbows. Seeing one in person is an otherworldly experience, watching pale colors arc through the darkness. Number 15. They used to tax bachelors. In a strange historical echo, Kentucky for many years had a peculiar system for funding roads and bridges, a tax on bachelors. During the 19th and early 20th centuries, some counties levied a special tax on unmarried men over a certain age. The logic was that unmarried men were less productive to society and had more disposable income than married men raising families. The tax was eventually abandoned, but it remains a bizarre footnote in the state's fiscal history. Imagine explaining to modern taxpayers that marriage status should determine road funding. It's the kind of archaic policy that makes you appreciate how far we've come. Number 14. One of the world's largest air cargo hubs. Louisville, Kentucky is home to the UPS Worldport at Louisville International Airport, the largest fully automated package handling facility on the planet and the central nexus for UPS's entire global air network. The facility covers over 5.2 million square feet, equivalent to about 90 American football fields, and processes an average of 416,000 packages per hour using 17 miles of conveyor belts. If you've ever ordered something online, there's a decent chance it passed through Louisville. Standing on the observation deck at night, you can watch dozens of cargo planes landing and taking off in orchestrated chaos. It's a monument to modern logistics hidden in the middle of Kentucky. Number 13. Feral horses roam the Red River Gorge. Beyond the perfectly groomed thoroughbreds of the Bluegrass, Kentucky is home to a unique population of feral horses that roam free within the Red River Gorge area of Daniel Boone National Forest. These horses aren't native wildlife, but are descendants of domestic horses that were released or escaped decades ago. They maintain a semi-wild existence, managed by local conservation groups to ensure their health and the preservation of the delicate forest ecosystem. Encountering them on a trail is surreal. They look like they stepped out of a Western movie, standing on rocky outcrops with the gorge stretching behind them. Number 12. Mutton barbecue is king here. While many states claim barbecue perfection, Kentucky has a distinct traditional style revolving not around pork or beef, but mutton, adult sheep. Western Kentucky, particularly around Owensboro, is considered the mutton barbecue capital of the world. The tradition involves slow smoking whole sheep over hickory and basting them in a tart vinegar-based dip. This deeply rooted culinary tradition is tied to the area's historical wool production and farming practices. I've eaten mutton barbecue in Owensboro, and it's unlike any other barbecue in America. Gamier, richer, and distinctly Kentucky. It's a taste of history that's been perfected over generations. Number 11. The world's first enclosed shopping mall. Southgate, Kentucky, just across the river from Cincinnati, was home to the world's very first enclosed air-conditioned shopping mall. Town and Country Shopping Center opened in 1956 and was a groundbreaking architectural and commercial concept. Before this, shopping centers were open-air strip malls, but Town and Country offered shoppers a climate-controlled environment that was revolutionary for its time. It fundamentally changed how Americans shop, creating the template for every enclosed mall built since. Kentucky pioneered the modern shopping experience that became ubiquitous across America. Number 10. Tobacco is still king in some counties. Despite the national decline in tobacco use, Kentucky remains one of the top tobacco-producing states in the United States. The burley tobacco grown here is particularly valued for its ability to absorb flavors and its use in blended products worldwide. The scale of the harvest and curing process, involving thousands of farms and millions of pounds of crop, is an economic backbone for several regions. Driving through tobacco country in late summer, you'll see field after field of the broad-leafed plants and barns designed specifically for air curing the harvest. It's an industry that shaped the state's economy for centuries and still employs thousands. Number 9. A natural gas fire that's burned for centuries. The burning spring at the Big Sandy River in eastern Kentucky is a remarkable natural phenomenon that has been burning for hundreds of years. This small spring constantly emits natural gas, which is naturally ignited and perpetually burns, a visible display of the region's rich underground fossil fuel deposits. This continuous flame has been documented by explorers and settlers since the 1700s. Standing before it, watching fire emerge directly from the ground and water simultaneously, you're witnessing the raw geological energy beneath the Appalachian region. It's been burning since before the United States existed, and it shows no signs of stopping. Number 8. Louisville Slugger bats are made here. The distinctive crack of a baseball bat connecting with a pitch often originates in Kentucky. Louisville Slugger, the world's most famous bat manufacturer, is based in Louisville. The company has been making bats since 1884, and the museum features the world's largest baseball bat, a 120-foot-tall steel replica of Babe Ruth's bat weighing 68,000 pounds. It leans against the building like a giant calling card visible from blocks away. Inside, you can watch craftsmen turn raw wood into perfectly balanced bats. Nearly every major league player has used a Louisville Slugger at some point. The sound of American baseball is shaped in Kentucky. Number 7. Lexington was once a piano capital. In an unexpected twist of industrial history, Lexington, Kentucky was once a major hub for piano manufacturing in the United States. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the industry flourished, utilizing abundant local hardwoods and access to river transport. Brands like the Lexington Piano Company were well regarded nationwide. While the manufacturing boom has passed, this historical footnote reveals a surprising past where Kentucky wasn't just home to agricultural goods, but also a significant center for sophisticated manufacturing. It's a quiet reminder that the state's industrial history is more diverse than most people realize. Number 6. A museum housed in a steamboat. The Kentucky Waterways Museum isn't a building. It's housed entirely within a historic, fully restored stern-wheel steamboat called the W.P. Snyder Jr. This operational boat, permanently docked on the Ohio River, is the last intact steam-powered sternwheeler left in the country. It serves as a floating museum, educating visitors about the critical role of river systems and steamboats in the state's economic development before trains and highways. Walking the decks, you can almost hear the paddle wheel churning and imagine the river commerce that once defined Kentucky. Its living history preserved on the water where it belongs. Number 5. The State Capitol Dome is massive. The Kentucky State Capitol in Frankfort, completed in 1910, features an enormous dome that rises 208 feet high from ground floor to lantern top. This height is comparable to a 20-story building, making it a dominating feature of the Frankfurt skyline. The sheer scale and intricate French Renaissance design project permanence and authority. Standing inside the rotunda looking up, the dome seems to stretch into infinity, decorated with detailed murals and architectural flourishes. It's often overlooked compared to the federal capitol, but Kentucky's dome is an architectural masterpiece that rivals any state capitol in the nation. Number 4. A waterfall determines part of the border. Kentucky's border with Tennessee is defined by a bizarre geographical feature. For a stretch, the border follows the Cumberland River until it hits the high water mark of a cliff near Cumberland Falls. Then the boundary takes a sudden, sharp, seemingly arbitrary turn. This specific, confusing delineation is a result of a 1780s survey when surveyors used the prominent waterfall as an unmoving landmark. It's one of many convoluted border disputes from the early American Republic. The result is a jagged, irregular line that makes no sense on a modern map, but made perfect sense to surveyors navigating by natural features in the wilderness. Number 3. Early aviation depended on Kentucky. Stanford Field at Louisville International Airport was a critical stop and refueling point for transcontinental air travel in aviation's early days. Due to its central location in the country, it served as a vital link for the first airmail and passenger routes crossing the United States. The early airfields of Kentucky proved the viability of long-distance flight and provided the geographic and technical support that helped build the foundation for the massive commercial aviation system we rely on today. It's an often forgotten role, but Kentucky was an unexpected pioneer in American air travel. Connecting the coast when flying was still a dangerous novelty. Number 2. The largest hydroelectric dam in the TVA system. Kentucky has invested heavily in harnessing the energy of its river systems, particularly the Tennessee River. The state is home to Kentucky Dam, one of the largest dams operated by the Tennessee Valley Authority. This structure is over a mile long, and its massive hydroelectric plant generates enough clean, reliable electricity to power hundreds of thousands of homes annually. The dam also created Kentucky Lake, one of the largest man-made lakes in the eastern United States. Standing on top of the dam, looking at the massive turbines below and the endless lake behind, you're witnessing Depression-era engineering that still powers the region nearly a century later. Number 1. Bourbon capital of the world. The final and most defining fact is that Kentucky is legally and geologically the undisputed bourbon capital, producing 95% of the world's bourbon. Bourbon can be made anywhere in the US, but for cultural, historical, and geological reasons, nearly all of it is made right here. To be called bourbon, whiskey must be made in the US, distilled to no more than 160 proof, aged in new charred oak barrels, and bottled at no less than 80 proof. Kentucky's limestone filtered water provides perfect chemistry for bourbon production, giving the state a permanent dominant stake in a globally recognized multi-billion-dollar product. Every sip of bourbon connects you to Kentucky's geology, history, and craftsmanship. It's the state's liquid signature sent around the world. Now that you know these 35 facts about Kentucky, tell us which one surprised you the most. Drop it in the comments and let's see how many of us picked the same one. And if you've got your own Kentucky fact to share, we'd love to hear it. Your comments help us make every video better. And don't forget to subscribe and give it a like so we can keep exploring the hidden stories of every state together. See you in the next one.